So here I am with a perfectly good ILBE pack, and already I want to make some changes to it. So what are some of the things I want to change? Well, there's plenty of videos out there where people get this pack, and what they really want is the Arc'teryx Tango or whatever version of this pack was out there without all the military stuff. So they start taking this stuff off. They take a lot of the molly off. Maybe they take the beaver tail off, and that's cool. You know, you be you. But I don't want to do anything so drastic. I do think I'm going to make a few adjustments. One of them is going to be these handles. Now, I love them. They are just beefy, and I love them to death. But they're probably about twice the size they need to be. I love this rubber tubing. It's great, but I don't need it to be my whole hand size. I totally get it. If you're up in Bridgeport or Norway and you got twice gloved hands and you need to get to some hot wet because you're freezing to death, I have been there. And this would be great for grabbing with cold gloved hands. But man, I live in the Florida Panhandle, and it's very seldom that I am that cold. So I think I'm going to probably look at reducing these down to about 3/4, maybe even half their size. And it's not so much for weight, although this thing empty does weigh 8.7 pounds, which is heavy. It's not so much for weight, it's more just for the kind of, it just kind of sticks out and dangles and flies around. And I think I could be happy with about half to 3/4 of the size of all of these guys. There's one of these on this side, and then of course there's this one. Definitely this one, because I could see it hitting you in the head on some bad day. The other thing I want to change is this here. All of the compression straps on the sides are Fastex type buckles. I don't know if they actually are Fastex, I think they're IWS, but whatever, they're buckles, snap buckles. This is the only one that's like that, and I want to make it like that. So that's what I'm going to do there. And I have a repair kit that comes with these kind that'll fit on there, but the secret is to be getting this one off without damaging it, because I need it right here. You see, the only thing that was wrong with this pack when I got it was this one broken piece. So I really would like to have this there, and it's going to take all of my surgical skills to make that happen. Another thing I want to change is right here. They used the same cord for the storm collar that they use on all of their pulls, and that cord is actually, I'm pretty sure, the same cord that they use for boots. I wear Marine Corps combat boots, and I'm pretty sure that's the same cord in my boots, and that has a lot of friction to it. I mean, it just, oh man, if you could feel it, it's just a lot of friction. I think I want to replace this cord with some nice slick 550 cord, or maybe even something a little bit smaller, because 550 is going to be bigger than that. I don't see any reason to go with this very friction prone cord, because I mean, when you pull it, you're really having to pull, and I just don't see any point in that. So I'm going to fix that, I think. And then also up here on the lid, well, first of all, evidently there's about 5 different versions of this lid, and the version I'm looking at here is pretty cool. It has molly on the inside, and it also has a couple straps on the inside, you can see there. So I guess you could, you know, had some rain gear or a wind jacket or something, you could strap it on there and it'll hold, and that's pretty cool. I may look at getting rid of it. I'm still gonna pray about that one. I haven't decided yet. Another thing I'm contemplating is this right here. This is how the top lid attaches. Not really sure why you need a Fastex buckle there, but that's cool if that's what they want to have there. But I don't need all that strapping. I can't think of too many scenarios where I want to open it from that side, and even if I did, I would just use the buckle. So I think I could probably cut off just to keep it out of the way, because strap management's important. And most of these places, you have room to maintain your straps. Up here, there's really nothing to do with this thing. Even if you roll it up, you're going to have this big wad sitting here. So I think I could get away with cutting this down to about there. This compression strap is possibly on the chopping block, and here's why. It is the only compression strap on the side that doesn't go past this collar covering the up and down zipper to the main pack. Instead, it doubles up on itself and comes back here. Now, I understand why it does that when you're talking about using this to hold heavy weights, but I don't know that it really is that big a deal. First of all, I already have one right here that actually acts as a compression strap. This one compresses on itself in a way, and I just don't know. I don't know about that. I'm sure some smarter people than me came up with that, but I just don't get it. So I'm seriously thinking about taking this one off. Probably the biggest alteration that I'm considering is this, the actual lid. Now, I like the lid, don't get me wrong, but it just occurs to me, I have two of these Recon beaver tails, and I'm wondering if they would make an interesting, usable kind of bikini lid, if you will. So bear with me a minute. I know that this beaver tail was made for the Recon version of this pack, but I can take off the top lid and I can cinch it down over the top pretty good. Now, it doesn't function as a rain protector because there's these slots here, but really this pack is not rainproof anyway. So, if I'm losing anything, I'm losing a dust protector, okay? If I want rain protection, whether I have the top lid or not, I'm going to have to get a rain cover. But it does fit over pretty well. You can cinch it up pretty tight, and it's another alternative. It's an alternative to carrying the lid. Something to think about. But you may be saying, why do this? Is there a good reason? Well, is there a weight savings? Let's find out. The lid by itself weighs 1.02 pounds. Huh, pretty heavy lid. Let's see what this thing weighs. The Recon beaver tail weighs 0.56 pounds, basically half of what the lid weighs. So, I mean, if you are cutting ounces, which ounces turn to pounds, you could save some weight by leaving the lid at home and going with the Recon beaver tail. Something to think about. So I decided to replace the draw cord on the storm collar with just regular old 550 cord, and this is some green. I have some this color, but you know what? I kind of want the storm collar cord to stand out a little bit, so I'm going to go with this green here. I couldn't find any hints or tips on how to change out a storm collar cord. So what I did is I took out about that much of the inner cord on the paracord, and I've rammed the old cord, the shoelace cord, it's about down to there, onto the hollow paracord. Then I took a lighter to this end here to kind of melt it around the shoelace cord, and now I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to tape it really tight, and I'm hoping that'll stay together while I pull it, and it may not work. Okay, so I've used some electrical tape, and I started from down here going that way because that's the line of travel, and I'm hoping that'll hold together while I pull it through. Okay, we just averted a disaster. So I got this thing pushed in, pulled in, but then I discovered that evidently the cord is sewn in right here because I was not able to pull past this point. And so I've pulled it back out and I've given up. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to replace that cord. So in case my explanation was not clear, evidently each side of this draw cord is independent because it's, I think, sewed in right here. So if you pull on one side, it will only pull that side, and therefore I'm not going to be able to replace it. I already replaced the broken buckle that this pack came with just a buckle out of a replacement kit. It doesn't match the original, but it'll certainly work. However, if I can get this buckle off safely without damaging it, I may go ahead and put it on there just for the looks of it. And here's how I'm going to do it. I can't get a saw in there or a knife to cut this, and you'd have to cut it at an angle there to turn it into a replacement repair buckle. So I'm going to try a hot knife. Just for fun, if you've never seen replacement buckles, that's what they look like. They come with angled cuts so that you can get them in to the strap that they need to go onto, and they work really well. But you can make your own. You can take a buckle and you can just very carefully cut at that angle, and you'll make your own replacement buckle. Well, I apologize. We had a major snafu, and have you ever done this where you get the record button backwards? Basically, every time I thought I was recording, I was turning it off, and every time I was turning it off and laying it down, I was recording. So I'm an idiot. So this is what you missed. I removed that bottom strap that came through here, that bottom compression strap. It's gone. I replaced the top compression strap that had the buckle like that. Well, it was that. And I replaced it with a snapping buckle. I moved said buckle over to here with the hot knife. You can see a little bit of damage I made, but now I have two buckles that match here. I cut these guys down to about 3/4 of their original size, and I like that a lot better. And of course I've done that on both sides. So those are the changes I have made that you did not get to see on camera. And I haven't made any of the alterations to the top, to the lid, because somebody's been sleeping on it this whole time. So I'll do that a different day. It's starting to get late, starting to get dark, and I'm just going to take it in for the day. So those are the alterations I've made. Nothing very, very drastic. If I get drastic, it's going to be on this lid, and I will show that at a later time. Hey, thanks for watching.